Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Mike here at Game From Scratch, and if I sound a bit weird, I apologize. Suffering through a nasty cold just in time for GDC week. Anyways, I got some time-sensitive news. Basically, if it is March the 18th or later in 2019, don't bother watching this video. It has passed you by. But right now, there is a free week, which is actually 4 days at this point in time, for RPGMaker MV, Pixel Game Maker MV, and VN Maker, or Visual Novel Maker, all on Steam. The way free weekends or free weeks work, basically, is you can download and use that software for free during that period of time. The nice thing is also, although those things are also on sale during this. So we're going to jump in and take a look at this. I'm sure you've heard of some of these programs for sure. Definitely RPGMaker. It is the seminal of the products on here. But I think the one a lot of people are questioning about is Pixel Game Maker. And this is an excellent opportunity for you to decide if this is the right program for you. I'm going to come back to that in a second. Spoiler, no, it's not. But at least you can confirm that for yourself. We've also got Visual Novel Maker here. Those three are all on sale. You head on over to their website, and you've got a download link. I'll show you that in a second. A lot of their other products are also up for sale. So you see RPG Game Maker is 75% off, Pixel Game Maker is 25% off, Visual Novel Maker is 40% off, and then there is a ton of old versions and graphic assets, etc. for their products, and they're all on sale here too. So you can see there are just a heap of them, and that's one of the biggest advantages actually of using these products, is you could get this integrated, consistent artwork and ecosystem available for them, all that comes together. So that is definitely part of the appeal, at least for RPG Game Maker, and to a lesser degree Visual Novel Maker. So here we see first one is RPG Maker. This is RPG Maker MV. This is the most recent version. Now, one of the weird things about RPG Maker is they keep changing up the programming model. I believe we are currently on JavaScript. At one point in time we were using Ruby, and I think for a little bit of time it was using Lua, but now it is JavaScript, I believe. You see here it is an entire JRPG style builder game. You can build kind of this style of combat system, either the left to right from the old school 8-bit and 16-bit days, or kind of a 3D down below view. This guy has actually been used to make a couple of professional games, To the Moon being one example. There's a bunch of actual commercial games that were made using RPG Maker, various different versions over time. So it is legit software. Now, one thing to be aware of, though, is RPG Maker goes on sale all the time. So don't feel too pressured. I've seen around this amount many times. Now, that is a good deal for it. That is actually a legit sale, but do expect to see RPG Maker goes on sale in every single Steam sale ever. So don't feel too much pressure to buy this one if you're kind of on the fence. Now, as you can see right here, you can just go ahead and download it for free. Just click the free. It adds to your library. You can use it for those 4 remaining days. Sorry if I'm a bit delayed. I don't think there was a full 7 days on this one, but at least it gives you the full weekend to try this guy out. Now, the one that I think that most of you are interested in, though, is Pixel Game Maker MV. Now, the interesting thing here is it's got the same publisher, but a completely different developer, and this is when I bought it and it came out, it was like $70 or something, but I got it in early access because it sounded like a really cool idea. Basically, the guys behind RPG Maker are making an easy to create 2D platformer style game. So you can create platformers and shooters and that kind of thing. And when you look at the video, it looks quite appealing. And frankly, it isn't. It's not that great. There's a couple of games that came with it, but I just find that the process of making your games is just so convoluted. It's insane. Now, it is a full-blown game engine. Everything you need, level editor, map editor, programming system, and so on, is all in there. I just found it far more difficult to use than I would have expected. I personally can't think of a single reason to recommend someone spend let's see, we're looking at $100 Canadian, so probably $80 US. Even with a 25% discount, it's still a very expensive system. And I honestly can't think of a single way it's better than Godot. So, this is why this free weekend is a great opportunity. I was going to unequivocally say this thing is not worth your money, but now you say, well, check it out, it's free, and come to the conclusion yourself that it's not worth your money. I'm actually kind of surprised that they put it on free demo like this, because it's not improved a whole lot since the beginning. I was actually going to do an update video to see if it's gotten any better, and I looked at it and it's like, nah, this is just as flawed as always, and that was like 7 months later. So this early access thing can mostly be ignored as well. But that is, again, why this free weekend is excellent. It gives you the opportunity to jump in and take a look at Pixel Game Maker and make a decision for yourself. And to be honest, I'm a little astounded by the reviews here. I think anyone out there that knows me knows that I'm very positive for the most part in my reviews. I take things, I get called a shill or whatever all the time because I'm not focusing on the negatives most of the time. So when you hear me say something negative about something, it is a very legitimate complaint. So these reviews, I do find them a little shocking because I am underwhelmed by the product myself. Maybe in the last 2 months it got a whole lot better since when I last checked it, but everything I saw, no. And then finally we've got VN Maker, or Visual Novel Maker. It is for making these style of games. I think some of you have a certain kind of game in mind, and yeah, there's a good chance that game was made using VN Maker. That's kind of what it's all about. It's for making visual novels where you've got choices and dialogues and branching effects through your world. And if this is the style of game you're trying to create, this might be the perfect software for you. I've actually never used this guy. It's Degica, which is the RPGMaker people, and this one is legitly quite popular and positive. It's just not a genre of games that I'm personally particularly all that interested in, but if you are looking to make one of these games, we'll maybe call them dating sims, or it's basically, again, choose your own adventure graphic novel, kind of branching dialogue-based games, so you're going to have some graphical abilities, though, as you can see from the way that certain screenshots work, you get foreground characters that you can drop in yourself, and then backgrounds, you put them over, and it's mostly about creating dialogue and branching trees and such to go through your world. But this one is quite popular for what it actually does, and as I mentioned earlier on, they have created a ton of add-ons and contents and everything else, so if you do check this guy out, you may want to take a look at some of these other add-ons and packages to see if they're right for you before you go ahead, because between RPGMaker and Visual Novel Maker, there is a huge amount of add-on content, and where that really can shine is a lot of people potentially don't have artistic abilities, and this allows you to kind of at least initially get around that. So there's why these huge updates are nice. And then the nice thing about Visual Novel Maker is, as you can see, it's actually getting fairly frequently updated. So this isn't kind of a one and done software. It is a consistently available software, or very consistently updated software anyways. And then finally, here is the video I did. I did an early access video on Pixel Maker MV, and then I did a follow-up video on should you buy this product. And this video will give you a pretty good hands-on idea of what Pixel Game Maker MV is all about. And it will also illustrate to you why I find this exceedingly shocking, because in the last 30 days. So maybe it's kind of windowed people. Oh, no, all time. I don't get why people would recommend it, because it's just, I don't know. You should definitely check it out. Give me your opinion on it. Let me know if you're in my boat that this should definitely not be a very positive, or I'm almost wondering if these people voting for it are 100% from the game maker community, so they've never been exposed to other game engines. Maybe it's just my perspective is a bit different, but I'll be interested to hear what you have to say about Pixel Game Maker MV in general, and frankly, it's a good chance. This is probably one of your few opportunities to get your hands on it without paying any money, and that is by far and away the way I recommend that you get your hands on it, is just definitely don't pay money. Now, for real, RPGMaker MV and VN Maker are very good in their fields at what they do. So if you are trying to make a JRPG style game, RPGMaker is battle-tested, proven. It's been under development for 20 plus years in various different iterations, and it is legit. So when you see it and you look at it, you're getting exactly what you think. So that one is definitely worth checking out if you're into the JRPG style of games. Now, if you want to try and break out of that mold, you can't. Like, it is very specific for creating a style or genre of game. And the exact same thing can be said for VN Maker or Visual Novel Maker. But both of these do allow people with intermediate level skills or lower to get into the world of game making, and if it's visual novels or JRPGs that you are trying to make, then I highly recommend both of them. If you are thinking that this one here in the middle allows you the same thing but for platforming games or shooter games or that kind of stuff, no. No, not at all. Okay, that's it. Sorry, I only gave you 4 days of heads up notice. Let me know. Are you going to be checking any of these out? Have you already checked all of them out? Do you have an opinion, especially if you've used Pixel Game Maker MV? I would love to hear your opinion, or if you check it out over the next couple days, let me know in the comments down below what you thought about it. Anyways, gives you something to do on the weekend. Talk to you all later. Goodbye for now.